Turn 86, March 2nd, 1942. Let's see what kind of damage I can do to Hellsen. Alright, captured Ketapang. Basically auto-flipped it. Night seems to be going by. Unloading more troops here at Salamanu. Alright. Daytime, day phase. Alright, morning air phase. Allied AKL, huh? Yeah, a bunch of subs at Batavia. Like I would attack Batavia from the sea anyways, not with that CD unit there. The best way to take Batavia is to come down through Osthaven, barge across to Merrick, and then come in from the ground. Alright, bombing the troops that fled out of Wen Chao. With just keeping the pressure on. Just a bunch of little bombers hitting Bataan Airfield. Looks like they have some weather there. You have severe storms, but we got 10 hits. I will take any hits in bad weather. Alright, bombing some Chinese troops. Bombing troops on Sumatra. Just because they're there. And no damage to them. They're sitting in pretty good terrain, I believe. Alright, bombing Clark Airfield. Same thing, keeping pressure on the base so they can't build any forts. Only 7 hits in Overcast. Another strike coming in. Can't wait till we get the Hellsen, and I can start producing with its own engine, and start getting rid of all these little bombers, the Sonyas, the Idas, even the Ans. Start getting real bombers, even upgrading all the Sallys. But that's probably a year away. There's a decent hit. 2 supply hits, 17 runway hits. Bombing E-Fate. Yep. Alright, that's the AM phase. My strikes really haven't gone off. I don't know if it's maybe bad weather. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, my sweep went off. No one's there. But my bombers aren't going to fly, are they? No, they're not. Nope. Majority of my bombers in China hitting Chengte are not flying at all. Yep, not a single one of them flew. Wow. That's a real kick in the ass for me. I gotta start softening up those troops before I cross that river. in probably 2 days now. Maybe one, but I don't think it's going to be that quick. We'll check it in the after action. Bombardment at Clark, just to keep them under pressure. Try to burn through their supply. A good day of bombarding for us. Kuching, we should kick that guy's butt out again. No, we did not. Interesting. Okay, we will take Mad Gene. Banzai! Interesting. That was a Chinese unit retreating. 16th construction unit retreating towards Pingxiang. Alright, build a couple forts. We got an airfield. We're going into production phase. Once that's done, I'll pause the video, save the game, grab some intel, come back, and we'll go through the after action. Got a base force. Alrighty. Another turn in the war against Hellsen. Nothing major happened, but nothing bad happened. So you got to count that as a victory. You can't always have something major happening every turn. We have operations in progress. So next turn should be a big turn. Hopefully a good turn for us, but it could be a bad turn for us. We'll have to wait and see for that one. But so far, first on stat-wise, point-wise, we went up 10 points. Allies went up 25. They built a bunch of 2 airfields and a port in some large bases. Let's see. In the air, the Allies lost 2 to ops. We lost 1 to air, and 6 to ops. Let's go take a look. We lost 2 Sallys to ops, 2 Babs to ops. He lost 2 Mitchells to ops. Yeah, those are 2 engine planes. So that's 4 points. We lost a Nate to ops. We lost a Jake to air. I'll pay off a sub. And we lost a 0 to ops. So we lost 7 aircraft. Let's see what kind of pilot loss that is. 1 killed, 2 wounded. We will take it. Alright, incoming air groups for us. 1 day, we get, let's see, these are just fragments that are moving, so we get nothing. In 12 days, we get a new fighter group in Harbin and a new bomber group in Osaka. Our next big air day is going to look like 29 days out. And that looks like nice. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 air groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are fighters. 1 is recon. And the other one is long-range naval bombers. Nice. That'll be a good day for us. A bunch of good aircraft and units coming in. I do not believe anything sunk last turn. So we did get some confirmation of a couple Allied ships sinking from turns past. Nothing major though. You can still see the top of the board is a repulse in Prince of Wales, followed by the CVL Chitos, which I switched to do with the variant points. Then we dropped down to a bunch of Allied cruisers, and then some landing ships for us, and so forth, and a bunch more Allied cruisers down here as well. A bunch of light cruisers, but we do have a couple heavies in the mix, 3 of them. So that's nice. Ship availability. Our next carrier is in 61 days. The Juno arrives. Until that, we get a smattering of small ships, destroyers, some subs, some support ships, a couple amphibious, some merchants, just a smattering of different ships, and some tankers coming in there. It's just a little hodgepodge. On the ground, 4 days, we get another base unit, which we just got one this turn. It's sitting in Tokyo. It's got to rest for a couple days and build out. In a week, we get a bunch of units. Nothing really combat except for that tank unit, which is a one that we lost. Yeah, okay. That'll come back pretty much worthless. It'll have to sit in Japan somewhere nice for a while to build up. Because let's see, it's not going to show me but it's going to come with one tank and one motorized support, so it'll take a while. The rest are all port units, which are some engineers and some naval support, which is nice. We'll put those in our nice ports, like where we're going to do a bunch of resource hauling. Naval support does not affect oil or fuel, so putting it in like Palembang or Miri or Terrican, Balikpapan, pointless. It doesn't help loading for them. The engineers would help expand the base, but that's it. So we're going to put it in places like Truck to help rearm ships and build that base out. You want to put it in places like Fusan, where we're hauling a lot of resources out of. Maybe Singapore, once again, to help rearm. Or smaller ports, just to raise that rearm factor up over the next notch. So maybe you can't reload torpedoes there, you put one of them there, and now you can. So you want to be a little cautious with. I don't want to say cautious, but you want to use those smart. They're not just engineering units. You got plenty of those. They're port units. They have 80 naval support. That's 80 more points of rearm capacity. Check the table in the book if you don't have it memorized. But who the hell has that memorized? Or if you don't have it in your notes, where if you add 80 points to what size port will you push it over the next threshold? You want a size 4 is good. Size 7 is the big one, because that'll rearm pretty much everything except for the Yamatos. But then you throw an AKE in there, and then you can rearm the Yamatos there. So you want to be careful, cautious where you put these, and use them smartly. You do not want them in the home islands. You don't want them in Shanghai and Port Arthur. Probably, to be honest, probably not Singapore, because Singapore will go to like a size 9 port. You want those in like the places that are going to go to like a size 6 port, and maybe one or two of those will pop it up to size 7 for rearming, and all of a sudden you can rearm a lot more items, and a lot faster. You'll load cargo and unload cargo faster. You do get what would we getting? We're getting 4 of these right now, and I think you get a couple more later. So you just want to put them in strategic places that'll help you out. If you're resource minded or logistic minded, like I am more, I will probably put one in Fusan to help loading resources. The other ones might go to like Babel. Maybe I doubt if I'll use it at Truck, because Truck's a size 7 port. But I might do it if that pushes me over, so I can rearm the 18-inch Yamato guns. Maybe Rabal. So you want to kind of think out where you use them. Japan doesn't get a ton of those, so they are very useful. Let's see, we've lost no more ground units. Okay, production, aircraft and engines. We're moving right along with these. We get through 16, 27, 39, 41 engines this turn, which went into 3 zeros, 2 Oscars, 2 Sallies, and one of everything else. We also accelerated the HA-45 engine, I believe. Let me check my notes. Yep, the Nakajima 45s to May of 43, so that they're moving closer and closer. Once we start production of those, then we can get 500 in the pool, and that'll help accelerate our R&D as well, which is the main reason to push those engines hard. Plus, you're going to need the production when you start producing your late-game aircraft. All right. Squad production, device production, whichever you want to call it. We produce engineers, some support, AV, naval support. Then we go into the engines, some pointless AA machine guns, mines, so forth. We produce some more radars. All right, let's go ahead and pull up Combat Reporter. We'll hop in there and take a look around. March 2nd, nothing to see or other on the ground. We took Majin. We attacked at Kuching, but we did not do any damage. We didn't take any damage, though. At Clarkfield, we bombarded. We got a good roll. We inflicted 47 casualties. I know it's not major, but for only having a handful of artillery units, and that I think we're just trying to wear them down, burn all their supply. Amphibious, we landed more troops at Salamaneu, It doesn't pop up, of course, showing me East Africa. Unfortunately, we don't have enough supplies there, so we're going to bring more supplies in there. Then we will take that base. Both units there are now in red. One has 0 supplies. One has like 20 or 30 tons, which is probably enough to attack. But there's 2 ABDA battalions there. I'm not sure what shape they're in. I don't want to get my units mauled for just for rushing. In the air, we bombed several bases. We swept Changte. No one was home. Major thunderstorms there. I did check the weather now. It is clear sky, so for the next day we should be good for bombing. We bombed Bataan and Clark. We bombed some more troops in Sumatra. The Allies bombed our piece of 8th Division at Ifate. He's bombing the hell out of it with medium and heavy bombers. We bombed the troops that fled from Wen Chao. We're not hitting them hard. We're using these old Mabels and our Alfs that are in the area. We also bombed a unit at Hengyang just to say hi. Signet report on the radio. We got 5117, so up at Delhi, no surprise. Suva, off map. Bombay, down in the islands, South Pacific, and a Russian base. Up to the ops report. Unknown. This is kind of the catch-all. Got Snoop. We lost a Jake to Cap. There's our engine advancement. We upgraded some devices. Nice. The static base forces are popping up. Most likely, they're probably upgrading to their radars. Yeah, those are all most of these are static units that you can't move. All right, and this brigade upgraded in Shanghai as well. I believe that one I upgraded. That one is for the 47 millimeter anti-tank gun instead of the 37. Task forces being spotted. Some Marines. Spotting enemy task force. Pretty much just some subs and nothing of, and all the rest of them are us sighting our own ships or flat out incorrect sightings. Replacements. Aircraft in the pipeline. We got some Sallies in the pipeline. Some Peach are all done. Glenn's still in there, and some Claudes are still in there. Refitting, a subchaser came out to get some depth charge upgrade. There's our dead pilot. At least he was from a Babs and not like a fighter. A couple aircraft down for maintenance. We took 2 bases. One was an auto flip at Ketapang, and we captured Majin against no opposition. Here's our intel. You can see he increased the airfield at Townsville and Auckland and the port at Vladivostok. Those are where his points came from. We increased the fort at Lunga and airfield at Shanghai. Aircraft damage. Crash. Remember, a crash is a dead aircraft, so there's our 3 dead. There's 3 of our lost planes. And we got a small base unit arrived at Tokyo. I know these are airfield units. I call them base units because they have engineers and AV support. They're not the same as a base force, but base forces are much larger. But I call these guys base forces because they go to bases and they have support. They build out facilities and they provide support for your aircraft. All right, let's hop out of there. We'll hop back into the game. Let's go around the map. Starting up in Burma as always. Nothing's really changed here. He still has these ships here. I'm almost positive he is unloading supplies, which is actually kind of good because when we come in there, we're gonna want those supplies. So I will take it. I have some long range naval bombers. Actually, I will show you so you can see how it's done. They are on. They have 10% of them on nav search, and the rest are set to attack. So they don't fly into this giant cap trap here. You set their search arc, You see where they're only searching these two arcs. So they will not fly into that cap trap, but as soon as those ships leave and come around this corner, we're going to see them, and with a little bit of luck, we will launch a torpedo attack on them and hope. I mean, they will probably be empty. It would be awesome if they were full of troops, but I doubt that'll happen. They will probably be empty, but every ship we kill is one less he gets to use. Now, if you're not sure how to do this, I'll pull the unit up. It's pretty easy. You go to naval attack, rest, whatever. You set your percentage of how much you want to search, and then below them you can set the arc where you want them to search. 360 is straight up, 180 is straight down, 90 is to the right, 270 is to the left. You can jump in 30 degrees increments or 10, and as long as you have the unit selected here, it'll show on the map where they're searching, so you can play with it and see what you want. Then of course you set your range for how far out. It's basic stuff for people who have played the game, but if you haven't played the game much or never really got into this, well, that's how you do it. That way your bombers will avoid cap traps as much as possible as you want and cover the area you want to have covered. As long as the weather's nice, when these ships come out of here, they cannot move fast enough to get out of my range. They'll probably end up somewhere right around here, and I should launch a full strike on them. The only thing we have to worry about is if he long range caps them, which I don't think he will. They will be empty. They will be leaving. I think he'll either leave them here over Rangoon or pull them back. So we are done unloading several units here at Mulmeen. Those task forces still have supplies. They're going to come down to Tafoy, where it's a little bit safer to unload the rest of the supplies. The Imperial Guards Division is not fully unloaded yet, but they are down and I have them here. They are moving north. 4th Division arrived here. So we have 2 full divisions, another division plus worth of other troops, and we got the Imperial Guards Division coming up with them. Once we get up here, we are going in, and we will most likely go straight to Rangoon. When we do that, we're going to paradrop Prome again and take it, because when we do that, we might stop him from retreating. I might also send one of these units up to here to block it as well, or maybe bring the paratroopers down to block it. So if he retreats into the swamp, and he won't retreat up to the north. Not sure. That's a couple turns away, so we'll worry about that in the future. Come on down, unloading those anti-tank RF units. Pieces of them are down, so they are moving. Hopefully the rest will unload this turn. Malaya, we're just loading up ships. Yeah, of course you load ships. We're loading some troops up here. We got more troops heading up north here along the coast. We're loading up this part of the 2nd Division. I thought it was the 41st here. And we will move those to join the rest. We loaded up fuel. We'll move to Muntok, and then we'll move up to Singapore. The rest of our tankers, a lot of our tankers have arrived, so we will start moving larger groups of fuel and oil out of Palembang now that we have more tankers here. You can see we got, 13,000 oil, but 147,000 fuel. That's a lot, but not that much. As soon as we take like the Jambi and Bengkalis, all that oil will flow down to Palembang because it flows to the largest nearby port, and especially if they have refineries, which Palembang does. So they'll flow down here, and we'll start increasing the oil and such here. We're picking up some resources here at Billington. We're picking up our troops here at Ketapang we took last turn. We still have issues here. We are waiting. We have not quite time to come down and reinforce this yet. Our units here are almost to Oosthaven. I'm guessing that's empty. We will take that. We will bring down a ton of supplies. We will build some barges. We will barge over to Merrick, which I'm guessing is probably empty as well. And then we will march on Batavia, which looks like they have 10 units, so he is going to fight for Batavia. We need to come up here and make sure we block those units off from getting back down here to Bandoing. because that's going to be a pain in the ass to crack. It's in the mountains. He has some resources. He already has 20 units. So pretty much everything south of here that probably he might leave a little bit of combat in Solar Baja. Anything that isn't static down here is probably sitting in this mountain fortress. Borneo, not a whole lot going on here. I'm still waiting for a little bit more troops. This guy came back. We will kick him out again. We got some troops and supplies moving up here in the South China Sea. Over in the Philippines, same old, same old. We're bombarding Clark, but that's really the only action going on for a while. In Mindanao, we dumped the rest of the last of our supplies at Davao. We are picking up the 2nd Marine unit, and we will be heading south of it. In what I call the DEI, we took Medellin. We're going to load up, and we're going to pop here. This guy's coming up here. We are loading up, or we have loaded unit here, and we're making a run for Timor. We're going to come down into the Banda Sea this turn with some long-range fighters out of Ambon to cover it, and the next turn we will land on Dili with a full Marine unit. Loading up oil here. It's taking forever. I'm not sure what the issue is, other than perhaps it's this 13 damage a port. I've never seen it affect that much. I mean, we loaded like 200 maybe. Although maybe that's the cap because it's only a size 1 port. We're going to load another 5,000 out of here, which will almost pretty much empty this base. This is the one he struck with heavy bombers out of Darwin and killed all the oil. We are not rebuilding it because he can just bomb it again. South Pacific, New Guinea, New Britain, Solomon area. Not a ton of happenings going on here. We picked up all these islands. We landed more troops at Salamane, but we don't have much supplies. You can see here, one is 15, one is 0, so we have to bring in some supplies. Then we'll take this base. We're going to move to, Milne Bay. We will take that. And we're starting to expand out of there, farther south. Nothing really going on here. We're going to finish dropping off the base force at Nadeni. We're starting to build forts. We're hauling resources out of here. Truck, as normal, is a big hub. We're bringing resources in. We're bringing supplies in. We're moving men and supplies out. We got ships coming into truck, ships going out of truck. Truck's just a major hub at this point in the war because we're supporting the push south. Up here, over to our picket line. Let's see what we got. Heavy rain, moderate rain, thunderstorms, severe storms, and partial cloud. Alright. Resource convoys and oil up there. Resource convoys loading at Fusan. These two units pulled a bunch. There's almost 200,000 resources in Fusan now. We're pulling most of it out of Port Arthur, which is good. That's what we want. I was hoping these guys would start pulling more. We're loading up some men in Tokyo. We got some garrison units loaded in Tokyo. They will be moving out. And then China. In northern China, really not much going on. I'm playing a little bit of a long game here. I got these two baby brigades, 50 points worth of attack coming way up here. We're going to try to take Kuchuan. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's only these two little, if they get completely destroyed, not a big loss, but you're talking, it's going to take them quite a while to get up here and then head over. If we could take this, and then we're going to come down the road and do some, or come up to take this, and we'll see. But I know northern China has very limited units, and a lot of people pull them out to head them south because they don't care. The whole goal is to put pressure on Lan Chao. But if I come across this is much slower. If I come up here, across here, I'm on the road all the way down. But not much else is happening here. It's pretty static. My push is Chengta. From what I can see, he has nothing moving. He still has a ton of units here. And I will be assaulting Changta next turn with 2,200 assault value, including 600 in tanks. I ordered bombers to hit Changta last turn, but they had severe storms. But as you can see, right now we are clear skies for this turn. So I have every bomber, and I do mean every bomber, within range hitting Changta this turn. They're all bombing ground troops. I have one small unit of Sonyas, I believe, hitting this hex in case there's men here moving up just to slow them down. So we will bomb the hell out of Changta, and in the turn, these guys will move in and do a shock attack. I am hoping for a good roll. I mean, if we get a good enough roll, we can push them out of this base in one turn and maul all these units, and that will break this entire area. Because I mean, we can come down, take these bases. They're all in clear terrain. We don't have to cross a river, and Changsha and all these troops here are either going to have to run back here or get cut off and then starved/destroyed. The ultimate goal of this operation is to capture the rail. I need this entire rail. That way, all the resources from Malaya and that will flow all the way through China, all the way down to Fusan. That's the ultimate goal here. And there's a bunch of resources and industry in these bases that I want as well. And to be honest, if I take the entire rail line here and I don't take nothing else in China, I personally am satisfied. As long as, because I can hold it. You have to remember that some of these are clear terrain, so they will be taken back. But the rail line makes it easy to move your men and troops and supplies around. And if we take this base, we could probably take this one and just start giving heavy push, or move up this road and go right into Cyan, and then up here, then we could go up and take Lanchao, take all his oil away, which will reduce the supply building in China to none, and basically none. Anything he wants, he'll have to airdrop in. So that's what's going on. Next turn should be exciting. We will have a shock attack here at Changte, and I'm hoping for a good result. But like I said, it could go bad real easy too. I can get mauled and I'll have all those units crippled, which means they'll be able to limp back, and it'll take me months to recover that. Or we can get a good result and we can take the base, or at least maul him and knock down his forts. So next turn will be an important turn for us. So stick around and see what happens next. If you enjoyed watching the turn, please go ahead and click on the like button. If you're following this campaign along, or my one against Lodric, and you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Doesn't hurt, doesn't cost you nothing. You can have as many as you want. Click on it, gives another point to us in the algorithm. A little more exposure, a little more people coming in and seeing the videos. So until the next turn, you guys have yourself a great day, and I'll see you later.